Already playing games with me. Jesus Christ.
Nikocado Avocado. To be honest with you, this is a person that I genuinely don't know what to think about. Because it's like I generally don't like obese content creators. I think I've made that pretty apparent. And the reason is because 9 times out of 10, they are just completely delusional. They are. Dude, a lot of them just straight up glorify obesity and make it seem like this wonderful thing. And that just, I mean, it completely pisses me off. If you're in a position where you have an online audience, you should automatically assume that you have impressionable people in your audience, people that will change because of the things that you say. And a lot of these fat creators are doing nothing but making people fat. Like that's it. They're just making more people fat. And the worst part about it is that to cope with themselves being fat, a lot of them are, again, just delusional. So in their mind, being fat is a good thing. So it's like they're negatively impacting people's lives, keeping them fat. And on top of that, they think they're doing the right thing. It's like, it's just, I don't know. I just can't respect them at all. But the thing with Nikocado Avocado is that I don't really see him as glorifying obesity. I don't really ever see him like talking about it. And I totally could be wrong. It definitely could exist. But I haven't ever seen him say anything about it. And even if he does, that's not what does well, right? The shit that he makes that's like really doing good is just, I mean, it's not good content by any means. It's not at all. Most of it is just foul, but it's not negative. I mean, that's kind of a stretch because when you really boil it down, his content just revolves around him getting fat and staying fat. Like that's literally it. But my thing is he's not pushing it onto other people. So like that's kind of why he's in this weird spot for me where I don't like him. He's kind of annoying as shit. He's just not my type of person. But I can't dislike him because he's not doing anything negative. It's like I don't really know what to think. And I've had that view for a long time. So I genuinely planned on never talking about this dude ever because I just don't like the idea of fence riding. It's boring. I'd like to take a side. I'd like to either shit on somebody or defend somebody. I don't want to do both. Okay, that's in my opinion, it's just far more entertaining to pick a side. But something happened with him the other day that I don't know. I want to talk about it, even though I'm gonna be fence riding the whole time. Whatever. Basically, the dude had and is currently having a fucking mental breakdown, even more so than normal. Because I mean, basically all of his content looks like a mental breakdown. But no, this one's real. Okay, this one's not just acting. He's genuinely losing his mind. And after like 2 months of just not posting anything, he made a video titled Bye. So we're going to watch that.
I am just going to tell you right off the bat, I'm on the edge of a breakdown. Like, most likely by the end of this video, or halfway through, I'm going to be flipping out. It's one of those moments in life where you know that you're on the edge. You know that you really want to, and you know you shouldn't. And I'm like, well, have to film. It's honestly a lot to do with you. My life was going great. So I decided to do this YouTube life where I thought it'd be fun to reach people, share community, make videos. I thought that would be fun. I thought that would be a fun way to make money. A fun way to get myself out there. A fun way to live my life. And I'm sitting here thinking, I have thrown away the best years of my life.
See, I don't know how to feel. I really don't. Because it's like the guy has made a ton of money on YouTube. And from an outside perspective, just looking at numbers, the dude has done great for himself. He's incredibly successful. But then when you really start looking at it, you kind of realize that the only reason he's doing so well, the only reason he's made any money on YouTube at all, is because people look at him like a fucking zoo exhibit. This dude is just not real. The shit that he makes is so insane and low-key kind of disturbing that he really couldn't be anything other than the internet's punching bag. That's what he is. And the thing that they're making fun of him for is the only thing keeping him relevant. It's insane. He's thrown his life away to chase some number that totally could just not even matter in a year from now. The same number that is keeping him fat because, again, it's the only reason he's relevant. So I just don't really even know what to think. It's like, is this a dude that's been manipulated, or is this a guy that knew exactly what he was doing, and now that he's made a ton of money, he's playing the victim? I don't know.
I wish I could turn back the clock. I wish I could go back in time. I wish I would never have done YouTube. I wish I would have never decided that this would be a fun way to make a living, that this would be a fun way to have a life, this would be a fun way to provide for my family. That's what it was all really about.
See, that right there, what he just said is probably the biggest reason why I think he's playing the victim. That's why I can't really feel bad for him, because he's doing the exact same thing that Mia Khalifa did a few years ago, where she fucking, signed up to do porn. She knew exactly what she was doing. She did it for years, made a ton of money, and the second she decided she was done, she just played the victim. She even went on the news talking about how she was manipulated into doing it and that everyone should feel bad for her. And people did. People felt bad for her. She essentially got out of it scot-free. And then what did she do when the money got low? She went right back to as if nothing happened. As if she didn't just spend the past couple of years of her life making everyone feel bad for her. She just jumped right back into it. She made those same people that were feeling bad for her, she made them feel stupid. I'm skeptical about feeling bad for people that are like that, people that threw their lives away for money, because it's like, I don't know, man. If they did it once, they're probably going to do it again the second that the rents do.
But at the end of the day, I turn off the camera and I am miserable. I am not happy. And the people who support me are in large part not good people. I have some good people here and there, but most people, no. And it's very difficult for me. It's extremely difficult for my psyche, for my motivation to get out of bed, knowing that my job is to face people who hate me, who don't care for me, that aren't even interested in me. They're here to see someone fat. They're here for someone fat.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was saying about the whole zoo exhibit thing, is that this dude does not get views because of his personality. He just doesn't. He gets views because his content has the same appeal as watching like monkeys throw shit at each other or watching like giraffes have neck fights. It's so bizarre to see a person living like that. Now, it kind of has, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but his content kind of has the same vibe to watching something like Down for Love or like My Strange Addictions, where it's like, you're not watching it for the people necessarily. You're watching because of what they do and how different it is to your life, right? It's like no one's watching Nikocado Avocado because he's funny, okay? They watch him because he's fat. And maybe some people do watch him because of his personality, but it's not him, right? It's a personality he puts on in his videos that is an exaggerated version of himself. A personality that he probably made specifically to fit his insane videos. The videos that, again, revolve around him being fat. This guy has literally nothing going for him other than the fact that he's fat. That's it. If he was not fat, he'd be broke. He has nothing going for him but this like negative aspect. Of course, he's getting hate for it.
I wish I could go back in time and tell myself, Nick, this is not the path. Just hang in there a little bit more. Something might come up. Something's bound to come up. You knew some good people. I had connections to former CEOs of huge companies. I could have gotten my foot in the right door at some point in time. I was professional. I was smart. I don't like this! I don't like this! I don't like this! And I don't like this. I don't like this channel. I don't like what I'm doing with my life. I had goals, I had dreams, and I threw it all away to eat food.
Dude, that's the problem with the internet, is that people will constantly give positive reinforcement to negative shit. This guy didn't see a single online penny until he got fat. And then people loved it. He fucking blew up and started making a ton of money. But that's the thing though, is like the second that high runs out, he just, he probably realized like, oh shit, I've done nothing but ruin my life for an imaginary number. That's kind of the part that makes me feel a little bad for the dude. Because it's like he's never thought being fat was a good thing. He doesn't outright push it towards other people. He doesn't negatively affect anybody but himself. And he's only doing it because he knows if he stops, so does the money. He's fallen into a trap. And it's a trap that a ton of people fall into for the sheer reason of them being fucking greedy. I've always said this. Look, the internet is easy to make a career out of. It is. Dude, it's easy as shit. All it requires is your soul. All it requires is all of your dignity. If you're okay with selling your soul, then the internet is a fucking cakewalk. Making it online is only hard if you have morals. If you have self-respect, then it is really hard. But if you don't, and you're okay with just giving these things away, it's easy. We've seen it 1,000 times. People like Neon or Jack Doherty that have literally turned themselves into scumbags. Just fucking terrible people for money. I'm sure they weren't like that before, but they are now because they're greedy. And it's the same thing as Nikocado Avocado, where if they did change, if they stopped being scumbags, the money is gone. They've fallen into the same trap where it's if they take their life back, there goes the fucking career. If Nikocado Avocado loses all his weight, there goes the career. Like, dude, he had a lot going for him. He was a healthy dude. He could have found success in something that isn't insanely shallow, something that actually makes him proud, but he threw it all away to make shit like this.
Cheeks, biscuits. I need my nutrients. And my hair is I don't have diabetes. Vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin P. My Band-Aid.
It's 100% his fault that he's found himself in the position that he's in. No one forced him to do any of this. No one forced him to make himself fat. No one forced him to make a fucking fool of himself. The only thing that kept him doing it for so long that it has completely ruined his life is the fact that it was working. The number just kept going up. He kept getting positive reinforcement. It's the same shit that so many other content creators fall into, where they are negatively affecting their lives, their mental health, their image. But hey, I'm making money. It's so fucking shallow. And it's insanely temporary. It's gonna go away. People like that have no longevity. It's not worth it at all.
And this stupid stubbornness of me. Oh, it's because I'm a Taurus. Oh, it's because I'm competitive. Oh, it's because I don't like change. Oh, it's because I'm stubborn. Are you surprised? Look at my content.
I'm honestly happy that this dude is finally seeing just how bad of an idea doing this to himself was. I mean, it took way too long for him to realize it. And now he's having an actual mental breakdown. But better late than never, you know? Yeah, and it's like, dude, I don't even feel bad for him because, let's be honest, everyone knew this was going to happen. But I do see where he's coming from. Like, I understand what he's saying. It's a shitty spot to be in. That spot where you are your own worst enemy. The only reason anything bad has ever happened to you is because you did it. And it was all just to chase some fucking meaningless number. Yeah, I'm sure that's a horrible spot to be in. And it's yet another reason to understand that just because something's working doesn't mean you need to keep doing it, especially if it's negatively affecting you. And no matter how delusional you make yourself to try to hide from those negative effects, it won't ever work. It will always catch up to you. Like, he was just pointing out all the excuses that he made and just how dumb it was. Yeah, like that happens a lot. Dude, a lot of people make shit up to try to justify something that is completely unjustifiable. There is no reason to ever make yourself fat. That cannot be justified. But he did it anyways by lying to himself. Tons of people do that. Tons of people. And to be honest, him pointing it out and realizing how dumb it was, I have a ton of respect for that. Because nobody does that. Nobody wants to admit that they're delusional. They would rather just keep lying to themselves because it makes them comfortable. Yeah, you know what? That's my opinion on him. It's still kind of fence riding, but my opinion is that I do hope that he figures it out. I hope that he betters himself because he's just not okay, like clearly. But I don't feel bad for him. He is again his own worst enemy, right? The only reason he's feeling the way he's feeling is because he did it to himself. I cannot feel bad for delusional people. I will never feel bad for delusional people. You should have stopped lying to yourself a long time ago. It is your own damn fault. And honestly, like, I don't really think it would work, but if this dude posted, like, workout content where it's just like his weight loss journey, I mean, shit, I'd watch it. Again, I don't think it would do half as good as, this, but it might. Who knows? It might. It would be very interesting. That would be the biggest turnaround in history. That would be like if Logan Paul did, like, Mr. Beast giveaways, Just went from stealing everyone's money to giving it out. Nikocado Avocado goes from being obese as shit to, like, ripped. Hey, I'd be there for it, for sure. Anyways, sub to the channel, join the Discord. I'm going to bed.